We back for another one, man. Big shout out to Breakthrough 7 versus 7 Summer Passing League going on right now. Conley Stadium every Sunday. Go check that out. Right now, you got Team Yellow up in number one. Slime Lime. Coach Herlin Perry sitting tight behind Coach Washington at 5-1. Team White also at 5-1, but I think there's a little differential there, a little point difference. Team Pink, Breakthrough Pink, Brizzy Blake coming all the way up the charts, coming back, having a great rebound week 2. But definitely get out there and see what Breakthrough week 3 is going to be all about. You heard me talking about it earlier. Big shout out to what's going on. Coming up July 30th, the Lineman Challenge at Coventry High School. We're going to talk a little bit about that with Coach Gary Goodhart. Congratulations, Coach Mikey Washington. Got his new business going on, Recovery, Rhode Island. We're going to talk to Mikey Sunday about what he has going on there. I think this is going to be great for athletes. This shows you that you can own a business. You know, you don't have to have a job. You don't have to work for somebody. You know, there's a perfect example that you could do it. You can own your own business. Listen, if you're out there in that Warwick area, get out to the second annual All-In Football Camp with Blizzy Blake. This is for the youngins, grades 1 through 8. Get out there, check that out. But we're gonna bring our dude, Coach Gary Goodhart, up in here doing his thing over at Coventry. Is he not? Is Gary like he's getting it done over there, right? Coach Goodhart.
Hey, how you doing, Mikey? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, always, man. You know, sporting your Boston Bruins gear.
Absolutely, got to.
You know, diehard New England guy. I see.
Yep, gotta love them Boston sports.
That's right, man. Coach Goodhart, man. How is Ochre Country?
Things are going pretty good. Been in the weight room, been practicing, trying to get ready for the upcoming season. Graduated big class, a good class too, a really good senior class. So trying to replace those guys and get the young guys in the weight room and prepared for the upcoming season with everything that is going to go on for the long season we have. You play all the way till November, so and in November. So just trying to get those guys ready. Staying busy, staying after it.
You guys are always in that weight room. They're gonna charge you extra rent.
I know the boys like being in there, so it's easy to open it up when you got kids that really like working out. So
You graduated some good kids, man. Nick Kopp, Santilli, like since Dunbar left, you had like the Turner brothers, like some great kids that you worked with at Coventry.
yeah, we got that whole time when Stan was here, we had some really good talented kids. Sean Nolan, Tommy McCarthy, Jordan McGowan was a good football player. Will Turner obviously was a good football player. We've had some good linemen go through. Just there's a lot of talent in Coventry. And especially that spring season, we only had like 6 seniors that season, but they were really good seniors. Will Turner, Richard Bernard, Gavin Cooney was a second team All State lineman. I mean, he's getting time at Bridgewater State right now. So and he's also helping us coach this summer. He's putting in the work with the kids. He's a pretty good player himself. We had a third team All State track kid in Logan Carson. He was pretty dang good too. And then who's that? Jaden Pearson too. He's up at UMass Dartmouth, I believe.
Now let's talk about what you have coming up. A lineman challenge. Now this isn't no lineman camp. This is a little bit different. You want to explain it. You want to tell us how it got created, how this whole thing came about. This is a blessing.
Yeah, this is July 30th. It's Saturday. It's last Saturday in July. So just trying to get the kids ready before we start. We got like 2 weeks after that when the real season begins. So, but it all kind of started honestly. Some people were talking about it, and I was trying to just wait and see, and hopefully something would happen. But I figured I'd take a chance and reached out to our administration, and they said yes. And here we are now, just trying to get it out there to everybody. While we just got approved for it, and it's all summer long, everything's, preached about, like the skills, they get all the love, really that's how it goes. You go to all these camps at most of the colleges, they do stuff for the linemen, but most of it's about the skills nowadays, especially the 7-on-7. So these big guys don't get no love, and figured why not, figure out a way to get them some love. So figured we'd do this, and hopefully, we're getting some good feedback right here, and if all goes well, we get every team doing it. It's not about the money, it's about the kids. Just it's we got a registration fee of $50 for the team. It's not per kid. So if you have five guys on your team, then $10 a kid. Realistically, it's just for one day, but it's a big challenge. Hopefully, some teams show up. They know it's going to take a little bit of conditioning and everything like that. So it should be a really good day. I'm really hoping it turns out to be something special for the kids, and we can continue to do it year in and year out.
So $50 for the team, and there's an early registration.
Yep.
You get a discount, right, if you register early, correct?
Yeah, you register early, you get a $10 discount. So it goes down to $40, and you can enter multiple teams if you wanted to. Heck, we may enter 2 teams in if we're lucky. We're gonna have at least one there. Gonna try to get the snack shack open up so people can have some food, and hopefully it's just a great day. Parents are encouraged to go. Bring your kids. Going out there and cheering for the big guys, because everybody's cheering for the touchdown scored by the backs or the quarterbacks or receivers. So these are their time to shine, and give them the love.
Yeah, definitely have a family day out of it. But I was looking at some of the obstacles and some of the events. This is not going to be a walk in the park for some teams. This is, you really made this challenging.
Yeah, well, it's a team competition, so really want to try to make it as strenuous as we can, while trying to make it really competitive. I think there's going to be some things in this competition that are really going to stand out. All the events are going to be pretty tough, but I think that 135-pound bench press till failure, I think that one's going to be tough. I've seen a kid one time do it like 85 times. So that it can be done. Those big strong kids, you're going to see them rep that out. It's impressive watching them do that. And at the very end, the culmination of the whole thing is a tug of war tournament. So you're working your butt off through this whole thing, and then you got to go do this tug of war event. And it's really gonna, the cream's gonna rise to the top there. You're gonna have guys that have really been busting their butt over the summer, working out and doing conditioning, and that tug of war at the end, it's gonna prove who really, those guys that have been putting the time in.
Look, you already had Coach Dunbar said he will be there with a team. West Warwick Wizards will be there with a team. And for what you're charging per team, bring your strong guys, and let's see who can make it. The tire flip, the 75-yard fireman carry. Like, when they get to that obstacle, they're going to be pretty spent.
Yeah, but we're gonna have all kinds of stations set up. So hopefully, if all goes well, we get a pretty good showing. So we got 7 events, and then the tug of war at the end. But if we can get 14 plus teams and have 2 teams at each station, so you're getting a little bit of a break, and then rotating to the next station, and whoever has the most points at the end will be the winner.
Well, I know Central said they're going to have a team there. He said absolutely. And congratulations. Big shout out to Coach Washington, Recovery Rhode Island. We're going to talk more about that this Sunday coming up. We had Mike Gorvin on from the West Warwick Steelers. We're going to have Coach Joe on in a few minutes. He's already backstage. But I want to thank the people that always help me make this possible, man. Definitely Breakthrough 7v7 Passing League. What they have been doing the last couple of weeks, amazing. If you look at week 2 already, the standings, you could kind of see how it's lining up. Blake came right up, having a great game, great couple games the other day. But it looks like right now, Mike Washington, Herlin Perry, going to be fighting it out along with Team White, but they're all going to be scrapping over there. Have you checked out the Breakthrough experience yet down there this season?
No, I haven't made it down there yet. I got 3 kids playing in that league, though.
Definitely. And also, people from outside Rhode Island are welcome into this competition as well, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That whoever wants to show up, we welcome anybody. This is about the big boys, they don't get no love. So whoever wants to show up and, be a part of it, at the end of the day, this is Rhode Island, so we're kind of that hub. If anybody wants to show up and compete and have a good time, it's about camaraderie too. Hopefully, everybody's, real cordial with each other, and everybody, we make friends, and kids make friends, and just kind of make it all about them, and put the linemen in there, have their little glory day.
Yeah, no, definitely. And definitely don't forget everybody, Recovery Rhode Island, Mike Washington. He's going to be doing year-round recovery options for athletes in the state of Rhode Island. And imagine the street it's on. It's on Knight and Washington Street. What's the
Perfectly
chances
placed.
that it's on Knight and Washington? But I'm going to bring on somebody that's been that you have been talking about for quite a minute. Coventry has not had a youth program in quite some time. And now here we go. Now we have the Coventry JrOakers coming back. We're gonna bring on Joe Garland. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Joe Garland Jr.
Excellent, man. Welcome, Coach. How you doing?
Great to be on. How you doing?
All right. Coach
Nice
Goodhart
to see
was
you,
just
Joe.
telling us about his the lineman challenge coming up at Coventry High School. I think it's pretty amazing what Coach Goodhart is doing over there.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's just a testament to who he is, man. He's always about, everyone that gets no love, and finally, these linemen actually have, a competition here in Rhode Island. I don't remember the last competition ever for linemen in Rhode Island. So I'm glad he's bringing it here, to this state, because we need all the exposure we can get. And so do the linemen.
Definitely.
The linemen need that exposure.
You're not kidding. And a lot of people right away, I posted this, a lot of comments, a lot of coaches. I'm in. I'm glad to be promoting this for Coach Goodhart and the bigs inside Rhode Island, because the bigs don't get no love.
It's originally I was going to call it the lineman love camp, but I was like, I don't think that would be a good headline, so I changed it to big man competition.
Not right now.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't know, just trying to give them some love though. Those dudes, they do all that hard work. If you don't have a line, you can't run the ball, you can't pass the ball. So, you got to love the big boys because they're doing all that work.
I mean, if you think about it, it is the one position you cannot play without.
That's a fact. You can't. You got to have somebody to snap the ball to the quarterback every play.
That's right.
So, Joe, the JrOakers, man, how did you get started getting this back into Coventry? Because it's been a long time since Coventry really had a good feeder program.
Well, yeah, I don't ever remember that. Maybe back in the 2000s, mid 90s, but not as of recent. No, so
10 years at least.
Yeah, at least 10 years. So I mean, I've always wanted to have a feeder program since I've been in this organization. That I coached last year in the Edgewood program. So, and I met Gary, and Gary was like, dude, why don't you just bring it back here? Let's do some work. And honestly, I couldn't say no. I mean, Gary's a great dude. I'm just happy to be a part of his venture here in Coventry, and I hope he stays here. I hope the town recognizes what a good coach he's been. He's had a great success here in Coventry, so I'm glad to be a part and move forward with this program.
That says a lot of good things about Coach Goodhart. I vouch for him now. He's all right. He's he had to earn himself. But Coach Goodhart, he's definitely about the kids. Everything he does, and now even this lineman challenge. And Coach Goodhart stressed to me that, I don't want no one to think it's about Coventry. I want this to be about everybody. And so salute to you, Gary. How do you feel hearing this from Coach Joe?
Oh, it's great to hear. I love Joe. I've known him for quite a while now. He's a good guy. He's the president of the lacrosse league actually for the youth, and I helped out with one of the 5-6 group this year. Joe's just an all-around great guy. He's trying hard to do a lot of things. He's out there, coaching at Edgewood, trying to make sure his boys have a good opportunity to play football. He's been coaching with the Rams for a while. He's in it. He knows what he's doing, and hearing Joe say nice things about me is always good. So he's a good guy. So
I love you, man.
So Joe, now what are you bringing to Coventry in the JrOakers program? What are your goals? What is your initiative in this first year?
So like what I've done with my lacrosse program is we've incorporated like a nice direction for the league to go in. I've seen a lot of leagues, they like to put kids in for their glory. I like to have a nice fun atmosphere, teaching the game, you know drills that teach these kids the correct way of tackling. That it's just a lot, just a sense of direction for these coaches, man. You see a lot of these coaches come into the league and they're not prepared. And I feel like it's up to the organizations to, prepare them, but also have a direction of where you want the league to go, because you want these kids to stay here, basically in your town. You don't want them to go anywhere else. And especially in high school, you don't want to see your top athlete, go to, Henrican, which, I graduated from Henrican, I love that school, that school did me great, but, here with my boys, that's not an option for me to send my kids there. So I want to make, basically the best opportunity, not only for my kids, but, for everybody else here. And, it takes a lot to, invest in a community, but like when they see a commitment, I mean, you see the rise in kids' numbers, kids having fun. They're always coming back. They're following you. That's what's happening in my lacrosse program right now. So I figured, you know what? Lacrosse is easy. Football is a little tougher, but I know the game. I got a good sense of direction. Me and Goodhart have talked. We got a nice simplified version for, the kids that I can incorporate in all levels. So we have a great direction, and we just, that's what I want to bring here to Coventry. I want kids here to stay in Coventry, play in Coventry, and end up going to the high school and playing for this sexy guy,
There you go. That's keeping it real right there.
I love
That's
it.
keeping it
Absolutely.
real. I
You
just
know,
had
it's
the conversation with West Warwick youth president Mike Garvin on the show before this, how important it was to have the youth and the high school working together. How much does that mean for the high school to have a good, consistent feeder program working together?
Oh, I mean, you got to be good friends with the high school head coach. I mean, if you're not good friends with them, I mean, it really doesn't work out, And me and Gary, we get along, but we're the same person, Me and him, it's just like we're friends forever. I mean, when I met him, it was just a great camaraderie, and I think that's where it starts. It starts off with friendships. You build off trust, and I'm happy he's allowed me into his circle to learn everything that he's teaching these kids on a higher level, and I'm able to incorporate into a simplified version down here on the youth level. So it's really something that it takes a lot. It takes a lot to run a program, and just to have backing it makes it easier. And I mean, I'm passionate, as you can tell. I just love to do it. So I just love to see my kids strive. I love to see every kid strive in every, any sport that I coach or what I'm involved in. And that's what I was when I was a youth coach. I seen these programs, and I was just a parent that said, you know what, I'm stepping up. I'm not going to keep talking on the fence. I stepped up, got in, and then I just made my way through. And now I'm here.
No egos, Coach Penn said. I like it. Definitely. What do you think about the lineman challenge?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, yeah, I'd love to see on the youth level, some little challenge for a youth level, because the youth level, it's really hard to keep these kids, on the line on the youth level to stay in that position, because, every kid wants to run the ball, every kid wants to be in that backfield, and I hope every kid does get an opportunity, but then also realizes where they belong on the football team. That's up to the coaches. But other than that, I mean, it's great. Now these younger kids coming up can, once this gets big, hopefully it does get big. Love to see it get huge, and they'll just have a nice sense of direction. They'll want to be a lineman. So it's great for everybody. It truly is.
Absolutely. My son didn't enjoy being big until he went to high school, and then he was like, he really enjoyed being big. He didn't mind so much someone saying, "You're a big guy." He was like, "That's right." He actually was proud of it. So I guess, yeah, definitely. But we definitely need more for the linemen. We have some great line coaches on Emerson Kilgore, Najee Barrows, Ray Martinez over there at St. Ray's, Gervasini at Coventry. Definitely,
Big
definitely.
shout out to Jerv, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is definitely a great, great line coach. For everything that I remember, he would put together over in Westerly, and he goes over to Coventry, and he gets a ring. Imagine that. He goes to
It's just,
Coventry and gets a ring. Nah,
it's
congratulations,
just meant
Jerv.
to be. Just meant to be.
Yeah, congratulations, Jerv. Eddie Insko said good stuff. Coach Stanley Dunbar said, we'll definitely be there. What about coaches, Coach Joe? It must be you're starting over. So,
It's
kids,
tough, man.
coaches, teams, what do you need?
I mean, we need coaches, we need volunteers. Like big shout out to my wife. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for her, I I don't know how she lets me do it, get away with it. But I'm barely ever home. I'm always out with the kids. She's helping me out with the football league right now, getting that all set up. I mean, she has done a huge amount of work, and honestly, it's tough, but we're not. We got to fill teams up, and then we'll see the parents who want to coach, but like it's a really easy program to learn. We want to host coaching clinics as soon as we get the numbers in. It's boom, it's coaches clinics time to get these coaches all on the same tune. Everyone's got to be moving fluidly, and that is a huge, huge, problem that like every coach has an ego, but what? It's time to put it down. This is the direction we need to go. It's time to, like this is all for the kids. I mean, if you don't believe in the high school program, I mean, I don't want you in my league. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
that's a
that's
fact.
to
I
me,
like that, man. I like that. So you definitely need coaches. So all you coaches that ended up with nowhere to go this year,
Uh,
Right
you
here,
know,
man. Start off
he's
somewhere.
he
This is
said,
where I
"Let's
started.
go." Yeah,
Let's
no,
go,
you always
man.
got to start off somewhere.
I mean,
There's
we're in a
flag
huge
league.
league, man. We got 14 teams in our league. We play Southern Mass. We play Old Rochester, Dighton, Rehoboth, Carver, Portsmouth, Middletown. So we I mean, I can tell you right here. I got it all written down. New Bedford, East Bay, Fairhaven. We play some good teams, man. It's a really good league. For up and coming kids too. It's a really good starter program. I mean, I'm ready, man. I so hope we get to the numbers there, and we have a league. But if not, there's always next year. But we gotta get it out there, and this is the way we gotta get it out there, So
And what is the name of the league once again?
it's Pop One. It's a division of Pop One. It's it's RISMA, so it's Rhode Island Southern
Okay.
Mass.
All right. Yeah, I think I seen that in the comments on the last show. Okay.
Yep.
So, and you're gonna be traveling. Do you have a home? Where you playing? Do you have a home field?
Oh, we got a really great stadium. I mean, we have it over here on Rice Field, 116. That's where our home stadium is. It's a grass field. It is beautiful once it's all ready to go. We got a nice practice facility that's right next to the field. We have all top of the line equipment still. We have a bunch of equipment we haven't used for the last 2 years. So everything's ready to go. And we have the help of the high school. That's the best thing. If we ever need something, or if they ever needed something, the door's open. And that's the way it should be for every program. Every program, the door should always be open for the youth programs, and vice versa for the high school programs. So
I'm
it's
not
a
even
great.
gonna lie. Ever since I known Gary, and if he ever needed anything, he definitely would not answer his phone. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, Gary's one coach that's always there, no matter what. Even if I need to bug him for about 53 minutes on a phone call, he'll sit there and he'll listen, he'll help. So salute to Coach Goodhart and everything that he has going on at Coventry. He's a Super Bowl winning coach, man.
yeah, I don't know about we had a really good team, so everybody says we were supposed to win, but
You
we
did have
still
a
won.
good
So
team, man. You did have a good team, man. You had Will definitely the best quarterback in the state that season, hands down. My man Will Turner. Yeah. Oh my God. You definitely had a good team for Division
we
3.
did have a good team. We had
But you won. It
we had a
don't
good
care
team.
how you win. You won the championship. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But
He
Johnson was supposed to do it too. They were gonna backflip into the championship. Did you see his son backflip the last game of the year?
Yeah, that Thanksgiving Day game. Yeah, he was doing some backflips. That kid actually, his son was named Joe Achardo.
Yeah, yeah.
Joey, he was a backup dancer for Jennifer Lopez and Justin Bieber. I read it in a newspaper article.
He
So
did
he's
it getting
doing,
his diploma too. He backflipped on the stage during graduation.
yeah, no, and he's a good athlete. So he's jumping around like a
Yeah.
machine out there.
Or kids, we need kids backflipping into Coventry JrOakers. Was it important to keep the name Oakers to switch the name up?
It was for me. Like I thought, when talking to Joe about it, actually that's one of the first things before this even happened. I think when I first met Joe, I think it was one of those things I pitched to him. I was like, hey man, we should change the name. And that actually, like, the first time I ever heard that, it was actually Stanley Dunbar who said that. That was back in like 2018. And then it kind of stuck with me, and I remembered that. So then, when the opportunity came, it just makes more sense. I don't understand why more teams aren't affiliated with the high school, so that way there's more of a connect when you get there. So at least the color scheme and everything, the name, you want to be there. Like where I come from, our middle school program was the same name as our high school program, same color, same everything. So, I think when you have those continuities, as you get older, you want to go play there. They're going to look at the high school field on a Friday night, those young kids, and they're going to want to be there. They're going to want to be playing underneath those lights someday. If all goes well, we can get all those youth kids. We can have a little Oker night when all the little Okers can show up and they can get presented at halftime or even the beginning of the game, something where, they're all included. And it's one of those things where, eventually they want to be there. They want to play there. And Coventry for a long time, there hasn't been a connect with the president of the feeder program and the high school. I'm sure, the coaches before me would agree with that statement. And now, with it, they bragged about how the Rams were so good for so long and they had some good teams. There's no doubt about that. There's no denying it. But at what point does it matter how good your 8th grade team was when it's not translating to high school? So now, with Joe being the president and, him being so gung ho and like being willing to, participate in the things that I'm trying to do too. And like, look at like the big picture and like my vision and like understand it and respect it is great. Cause Joe gets it. We've had conversation. He understands like where we want to go and how we got to get there. It's not going to be an easy task. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to be a lot of long nights. It's going to be a lot of sleepless nights probably. It's going to suck at first, but at the end of it, it's all going to be great. And the thing that's going to be created is something that is going to be lasting, and it's going to be potentially in this town, it could be huge. It could be a town like Coventry. I think most people can agree with this statement. It's not really a football town. It's not a football community. Mikey, we're talking about it. Like, you want to go back in history, we can talk about wrestling.
Coventry's wrestling great wrestling programs. Great wrestling
arguably the best wrestling program in state's history. They won so many championships, and it won again this year. Maybe
decades.
The program's back.
They have like 81 to 89, 91. You know what I mean? They have whole decade spans of championships. Like, they don't have 1 year, 2 years. They have decades.
Yeah, and then recently, baseball and boys volleyball have been, and girls softball and girls soccer. Those are like the sports. But for males, it hasn't really been football, because I think there's been a little bit of a bad taste in people's mouths, and hopefully we can change that and get the the bad food out and get some good tasty pie where everybody can enjoy it and be happy, and hopefully we continue to put a good product on the field on Friday nights, and everybody can understand what's going on and trust the program, and let their kids play youth football and let them continue to play high school football and see that Coventry the one thing I'll ever brag about is, our GPAs. Like, I'm really proud that our kids are
Absolutely.
so competitive in the classroom. We had, I don't know, 7 kids with a 4.0 or higher GPA this past year. We had 18 of our 23 varsity eligible kids make all academic. Our kids really try hard in class, and like, they're also doing pretty dang good on the football field. So, we're doing something right, and hopefully we continue that, and parents start really buying into the program that we're selling. And, our kids are buying in, and they're doing all the work that it takes to be successful. I mean, the class, our senior class, we got multiple kids that are, going off to college, and they're going to do great things. And they had really good statistical.
He's probably getting a phone call.
I'm not calling
him. You're back. You all right? Where are you getting a phone call over there? Well, while we wait to get him back, I always want to thank the people that helped me, man. Big shout out to Breakthrough 7v7 Summer Passing League down at Conley Stadium. It's been pretty lit the last couple of weeks. Already on week 2. Here's how the stand-ins are looking. Coach Washington up there with Hurlin Perry right behind him. Everybody got to get down there and check that our a new sponsor we have, Recover Rhode Island, another friend of Rhode Island football, Coach Mikey Washington over there at Central. So definitely go over there and check him out. He's gonna be on Sunday talking about what he's doing with his new business, his new ventures. So salute to him, Coach Washington. And also a big thank you to Mark Wright, co-op banker, Coastal Homes, a presidential award winner. We always support people that support youth sports. And go get a copy of Through the Smoker. Start the new year right. Rally Point Men's Ministry, Coach Pennington over there at West Warwick High School. So, Joe, while we wait to get Gary, tell me a little bit about, what are your expectations?
Man, I got, for youth programs, your expectations are always running high. I set the bar pretty high, but like, I like to pin off of like Gary's thing too about, the GPA and everything like that. Is my expectations are not only just, on the football field, it's also in the classroom. And that's one of the reasons why I really love the Pop Warner League. And that's why, like we've had opportunities to leave that organization, go somewhere else, but very important that we stayed in that in that type of platform, because they do focus on GPAs. You have to have a C in the classroom to perform. Or you don't play. I mean, it's as simple as that. And it doesn't matter if you're the best kid on the team or the worst kid. You're sitting. It's that simple. And so my expectations are pretty high when it comes to performance wise, on the field, and respectfulness, youth level. It's totally different youth level. You're trying to make these young guys into, gentlemen, but men, like you got to make them into warriors, but, respectful warriors, that's the big thing is, making sure that these kids know, when to exert that energy and, and build that confidence up for them. That's the biggest thing. So that, those are my expectations, as a president of the league, is to make sure I enforce that with all the coaches, and just that's me, man. That's just what I've seen, around too, being around for, 7 years involved in the football community, and I got the chance to bounce around in Edgewood last year because we didn't have a year here. And that was a great, that organization, man, they know what they're doing over there. They have a great program. They just need that, the high school head coach to get involved, which I think he is doing that this year. So shout out to them if they are. I know Bucci very well, the president of that league. I know KJ. That very well. It's a very good program over there, and they're part of our Pop Warner League. And that's just a true testament. They got great players, great guys in the the classroom over there, and that's what we expect over here.
Now, let me ask you, Joe, and then I'll ask Gary because it's no secret. A story that was first reported by Northern Rhode Island News on the web. Nuts Smithfield High School, Hazing, very serious situation, serious allegations. Um, are you going to address your coaches about this hazing before it even, because I think everybody is going to have to address these issues.
Is that for me?
Yeah. I'll ask you
Oh,
first.
absolutely. I mean, there ain't gonna be no hazing on the youth level. Are you kidding me? You should be arrested if there's hazing anything on the youth level. That's insane to me. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy that we have to have these conversations nowadays about that. I mean, I grew up in a very well, cop family, and it's crazy to me to see that we have to talk about hazing on even the youth level. But high school, I can see it happening in high school. But you got to equip your kids too, with the knowledge to speak up when something like that happens. So you have to do it, yes, to your coaches, but you also got to talk to your whole team, and you got to have the trust of your team. So it's just a sad situation, man. Very sad.
Definitely. Coach Goodhart, we already know you don't even like swearing on your team. What do you think about this whole situation that's going on, and how are you going to address your team moving forward?
Just continue to reiterate, how you should be respectful of your teammates, and try to make it as much of a family atmosphere as you can. Like I don't know what other people do with their program, but I know when I was growing up, there was you had to carry, freshmen carried the pads. Like I remember I had to carry, I don't even know how many shoulder pads out to practice, including my own, and then go pick up all the pads, set everything up, and that was just what we did. But at Coventry right now, ever since the spring of 2021, every single person is helping. Every single player on the team, doesn't matter if you're a senior captain or you're a freshman. Everybody picks something up. Everybody helps be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. So we don't really have any real issues, but still you got to address it. You got to talk about the right way to approach each other. You can catch a lot more flies with honey than you can vinegar. So if you're acting like a jerk all the time, then the people around you are probably going to be jerks. And if you just try to maintain being civilized and being a good person to your brother next to you, because you guys are going to battle. Coach Joe just made a statement about making warriors. We don't really know what kind of impact we have on these kids and for 10 to 15 years. Mike, we talked about it before. Roughly in America, I don't know the exact statistic, but roughly 70% of households in America are single family, and higher percentage than that are single moms. So at the end of the day, if you got 50, 60, 70 kids on your team and they're male, well, the coaches on that team are the male role model, the male figure in those kids' lives, probably. So, however we're acting is how they're going to act. If, we're acting like jabronis, they're going to act like jabronis. If we're swearing out at practice and looking like a fool, then when, if all summer long we're practicing and swearing and talking like that, when they get to school, they're going to be swearing and talking like that because we're the male figure. So, trying not to do those things and just, set the right example is, the goal. I know people probably laugh a little bit behind my back that, I don't let kids swear at practice. I don't let my coaches swear at practice. You can ask anybody who's been on a sideline. I do everything I can to maintain composure and not swear, in front of the kids. I'm not going to lie. I do swear in front of my friends, but that I try to be, as good as I can in front of the kids. And, I think doing all those things kind of alleviates a lot of the stresses of worrying about hazing. And, if, you're acting, good with all the kids and, you don't really have to worry about a lot of that stuff. It's unfortunate that it happened. I feel bad for all the kids involved. It's too bad, I hope for, nothing but good at the end. Hopefully, it's not as bad as, whatever, is being said, or, I just want, everything to be good and all the kids to be all right. Cause if that's true and it's bad, if it's as bad as they say, a lot of those kids, they could have PTSD at the end of the day. You don't know. Right, I don't know what went on, but, it's just unfortunate and, just trying to do the right thing all the time, as cliche as it sounds, just trying to make sure you're doing the right thing. So, we end up with good kids.
That's a fact. One thing you said hits on what Coach Pennington does at Rally Point, has a lot of men's breakfasts. 3 out of 4. Yeah, I think you're right. 3 out of 4 households are single parent homes. in all the communities and definitely the inner cities. It's even worse. But guys, thank you, Coach Joe. Anything you want
Thank
to
you.
add before I let you go? Come back and leave any information in the comment section if so people can get in touch with you. I really appreciate it. I'll send you guys a link of this. Joe, any
Sounds
last
good, man.
words?
No, man, I just, Coach Goodhart knows what he's talking about. Love you, man.
Hey, love you too. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right,
Coventry
Mikey, thank you, man. Appreciate
JrOakers,
it.
man. Oh, no problem.
Coventry JrOakers.
That's it.
Let's
That's
go.
Coach Joe. Get out there, check it out. If you want to coach, call him. Hit him up on social media. If you can't find him, hit me up, and I'll put you in touch with him. You got a kid that wants to play. I believe they got the cheer. Also, the cheerleaders that they need, cheerleaders. So here we go. Coach Penson, 72 million fathers in the United States, only 24.6 live in the house with the mom. So this is a serious, serious problem, what we was talking
Thank
about.
you, Coach Pennington, for that statistic. I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what we're talking about. We're all, we're trying to do the right thing by these kids, and we are the male role model 9 times out of 10. So we just got to do the right stuff.
So, Coach, man, I can't wait for this event that you're gonna have coming up. It sounds very, very exciting. Tell the people about it one more time.
July 30th, Coventry High School. If all goes well, we get, every team in the state brings somebody or brings a team. You can have multiple teams. It's $50 for late registration, $40 for pre-registration, saving you guys $10. It's for a team, not for an individual. Should be a great day. Hopefully, as many teams as possible participate. And at the end of the day, just trying to want to make everybody a little bit better, get those competitive juices going just before the season starts. And there's going to be some kids that are going to shine out there. I know myself. I know, like most of the people that are on this podcast, we're football fans, and I get excited about going on and looking through all staters and all division players and going to check out their huddle highlights if they have them. So these kids right here, it'll give me a reason to go try to find a huddle highlight on them, or go up and say, hey, you're a heck of a player, or you're a stud. I enjoy that. I love, after the end of football games, win or lose, seeking out the kids that just stood out and, giving them kudos because they deserve it. They're out there working. And if you stand out on the football field, then, you deserve your credit.
Coach Goodhart has a film addiction.
I do. I probably right now, I'm not sure how much huddle time I have logged, but I know it's not a small amount.
You got to go to Huddle Anonymous.
I do try to watch a lot of film. I enjoy it. I don't just watch, all my film. I still watch a little bit of film from back home. I try to watch all the good kids from back there, just to appreciate them. And, I definitely like watching the stud talent that's here, because the talent here is a little bit different than up there. It's just the talent is just, there's some special talented kids in Rhode Island. It's fun watching. It's fun watching the highlight videos. It's hard when you're standing on the sideline, you're going against a kid like Marquise Buchanan, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of cool to watch and see, wow, that's a talented kid right there.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll be going, you're in Division 3 now, Coventry JrOakers. One thing that good came out of this alignment, the schedules, there's some, these schedules, but Division 3 looks like it's going to be pretty competitive. How do you feel about going into the season?
My kids are a little bit mad. I get it. They feel they feel a little bit disrespected or whatever.
They should.
But
they should.
And I tell them, it doesn't matter where you are or what happens. You got to play who's in front of you, and hopefully all the games are going to be solidified. I'm hoping for the best for North Smithfield, because we're not trying to be selfish or stingy, but we want all of our games. I think the kids deserve all their games, and even those North Smithfield kids, they deserve all their games. So, as far as the season goes, it's really not Division 3 if you really want to talk about it. It's really Division 2.5, as foolish as that sounds.
No, he didn't. He went there, man. You need 10 lashings now.
I know it's foolish, but that's a lot of most of Division 2 from last season, and a little bit of Division 3 sprinkled in there. And those Division 3 teams are tough. Those Division 2 teams are tough.
It's definitely gonna be tough, but we can't pretend it's not a division. You know what I mean? Oh, it's really Division 2.5. It's Division 3. You
It
know,
is.
it ain't
It's
right.
fine.
It ain't right.
But
It is what it
you,
is.
how are you going to call the championship division the Division One? Just call them the championship division. They're the only teams
Yeah,
that can win the state championship. Then have
you're right.
Division
You're right.
current two be Division One. It's literally Division One teams with the most talented teams that were in Division Two.
So
And
a
then
D1 team can sit out. They can just, you know what? We're just gonna lollipop it because they all make the playoffs in Division One. You know, so you can
well,
kind of rest your team all year and then go show and prove. But it's gonna be
yeah, no,
interesting.
it's going to be, there's talented teams all across this state. There's talented teams in every single division. I think you can't just look at any division right now and say confidently this team's going to win, because you look at Division One, the championship bracket, that right there, that's any one of those teams could win that division, any single one of them. And then you go to Division Two, and I mean, you can kind of think of who's the top of that division, but you could be wrong. There's teams that are going to come and be sneaky, and they're going to surprise everybody. And then Division Three, it's a lot of teams in the division, and there's a lot of talent. You can go right down the list of all the talent. Narragansett's going to be good again. They're well coached with a lot of talent. Pilgrim's always going to be a good team with talented kids. Coach Blake's a good coach. Moses Brown's got talented kids. West Warwick, they're going to have a good team this year. They got a lot of seniors. You go over to Rogers, they got like 18 or 19 seniors, and they got stud athletes over there. And that we haven't even got into Division 3A. And you go to our side, Tolman's going to be good. Classical's going to be good. They always have good, talented kids. Middletown's going to be a talented team. Cheraho's got a lot of talent coming back. You got all these teams that are good.
If Classical wins Division 3, there's gonna be a riot. If they win the Super Bowl, there's gonna be a riot. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no, there'll be probably some upset people. The best team's going to rise to the top. That's just the way it is. I think it's going to be competitive. I think we will be competitive. I think that all the teams in the division are going to, battle. And at the end, it's going to be, only one team can survive. And at the end of the day, I hope it's us. I want everybody to stay healthy all through the league, and Division 4 even still that could be wide open too. Like it's going to be one of those years where it's going to be a lot of surprise teams. There's going to be some teams that are always, just going to be at the top.
I've been hearing rumors that Hope's numbers are very, very low. Like Hope is another team that I just heard could be in jeopardy of not having enough players. EWG, how do you go from the Super Bowl to having no kids, like not enough kids to field a team?
I think that goes back to the bad taste in the mouth. Like that's going to hurt them for a long time. Those kids loved Cliff. Cliff was doing a lot of good things for that program. You can't deny what Cliff was doing there. You cannot, and nobody can. And then you can't deny the fact of, going to the Super Bowl. Regardless of if you win or you lose, you made it to the show. And, Cliff got that team there. He had good kids, and he coached them very well. But those kids aren't going to be happy. The parents aren't going to be happy. And I think, right now Coventry's in a transition where we're trying to get that bad taste out of people's mouth, and it's starting to happen. And that bad taste may have just, went into some EWG mouths. And it's unfortunate. Another program that, they were on their way up, they're trending up, then some things happen and they get some setbacks. It's kind of a tough situation. It's one of those things. You just never know. You never know what's going to happen and how it's going to go down. So, that's why trying to mind your P's and Q's and try to do the right stuff so you don't get in these situations.
Yeah, Situate. I thought they had the right kids. They were a year or two away from a decent program, Wolfie, but now he's over at St. Ray's. You got the other kid has it at St. Ray's, and I hear a lot of kids joining track. But from what Coach Damon, I think, said that a lot of kids are playing basketball. So as soon as basketball's over, they'll be okay. So we'll have to see what happens. Coach Goodhart, man, thank you. Appreciate it. Salute to you. Everybody, get them 5-man teams, and it's going to be really a 6-man team, right? Because you're going to have an alternate.
You can have an alternate. You can bring multiple teams. Hey, if you want to bring 2 or 3 teams, more the merrier. Whatever we can get. Just trying to have a good day for the kids. Just trying to make it good for everybody. July 30th. Lineman challenge will be at Coventry High School yet again. We weren't trying to make it about Coventry. Trying to make it about the linemen. Try not to have any like Coventry promotion on there. So. Not trying to stand out there, just trying to get, the kids out there, the big guys, just trying to get them their time, get them some work in.
Put in Rhode Island Lineman Challenge. You know, if you Google that, you'll come up with this website from what I found out. But I'm gonna put it right here at the bottom. So basically, yeah, RI linemanchallenge.weebly.com. So
Any questions, don't be afraid to email me. My email's at the bottom of the website. You can send anything, any questions you got. Love to answer them. I'm just hoping for a great day, good turnout, and let those boys shine out there and get some work in, and make it a little bit competitive before the last 2 weeks for the season starts.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you to Coach Goodhart. Thank you to his administration for allowing
Absolutely.
this.
Thank you to them.
Big shout out to Coach Najee Barrows, Westerly line coach, and another guy that's doing great things for the linemen. Big shout out to Emerson, another guy doing great things. As far as you have as much help as you need to put this event on, are you looking for volunteers? What's going on? Are you looking for line coaches?
Right now, so I got my skill players, my coaches, and the cheerleaders are all going to be helping run each station. They're going to log all the points. All the linemen are always doing all the dirty work for them skills. So the least the skills can do where do some dirty work for them linemen. So they're going to go there and they're going to help out, and us coaches will be there. It's not really so much of like a coaching clinic.
Right, yeah.
Really at all. It's more of just a competitive thing, just trying to get everybody a little excited for the season. And if all goes well, yet again it's about the kids, and if we can make this something that we can do year in and year out, and if we're kind of central, we're not too far north, not too far south, we're kind of like smack dab in the middle. So trying to be convenient for everybody, try to make it really reasonably priced. So at the end of the day, we can do this every year, hopefully, and we can have everybody we can have a good relationship with everybody, and everybody can we can build camaraderie all around the state. Just really make it about these big guys and let them shine a little bit, and everybody just pat them on the back.
Thank you. While I have you on here, I want to thank you for this as well. Check it out. I just want to show you a video of this ball I got from Coventry, from the Super Bowl team. Jaden Cannavale's name's there. Turner. I think I see Nick Kopp over here. Here we go. Big bad Nick Kopp. Congratulations. Look over here. Alex Santilli. Man, connecting to him from Willie Turner. Yo, Willie Turner's on here. Yo, we got them all. You know what I mean? There we go.
Will Turner on there. Nick Carpinello. He's a 2-time All-Stater, that one. So, he's first teamer.
That's right, man. Shout out to Nick Kopp. I love that's look, Mike Washington. He said Central boys are pulling up, man. Salute to what?
Yeah, I know those. I know them Central boys are going to be strong as heck. Them guys down there. Coach Washington, he runs a good weightlifting program down there. A good weightlifting speed training program. Building freaks of nature down there.
He's gonna love that one, man. But Coach Washington will be on Sunday talking about his new project, what he has going on. I can't wait. For him to come on, explain everything he has going on. But all right, Coach Goodhart, man.
Hey, thank you, Mikey. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, definitely, man. And definitely check out the Lineman Challenge. Let me get this comment down. The Lineman Challenge, July 30th. We're going to put the website up. It's going to be lit. Bring one team, bring 2 teams, bring 3 teams. As many teams as you want, no matter where you want to come from. Let's go. Coach Goodhart, thank you.
Thanks again, Mikey. Thanks for all you do for, everything you do around the state, helping everybody out positive or sometimes people take it negative or whatever. It is what it is. So you got to put the information out there. But, thanks what you do. You do a lot for everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. All right, Coach Goodhart, man. Coventry JrOakers, man. Tuning in. Big shout out to Coach Washington. Check it out, Recovery, Rhode Island. We're going to have some more information coming up Sunday with Mike Washington. Doing great things over there as Central. So we had a lot of good stuff going on today. We talked some breakthrough. You know what I mean? Look at the leaderboard. Slime Lime right there in the mix. Team Yellow, no surprise. Team White dropped down. The first week, Team White was, what were they, 8th in the preseason rankings. So it's right there, man. I like to see Team Red make a come up. I want to see who's quarterbacking. Wolfie, the kid, the new player at St. Ray's. So yeah, it's very interesting what is going on. So big shout out to Coach Dunbar. But you want this? Get out to that lineman challenge. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, we're going to have more coming up. I was going to address it today, but I think I will handle that. Matter.
In some cases, to get a kid to a school, but, if you want to get a kid up in a private school, it's bang, bang, 1, 2, 3. I don't think that's fair. It's kind of punishing. If you look at it, right, it's kind of actually punishing, the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of punishing the kids who can't.
It's more than Family Guy. I know you heard of your boy Japan, and I'm rocking out with Chris Clark. He from the West Coast, I'm from Rhode Island. Let's get it going now. It's how it's going down. Rhodey got its own style. Smallest state in the nation, but we so proud. Yeah, we so proud. Screaming out loud. Here we go, come on. Even for the hustlers, scramble for the dollar. Whole state corrupt, blood money for tomorrow. Still a plantation, bunch of niggas wearing.
The Facebook Live.
I said my city no joke. Spin the tires, turn the wheel, take a toke. Pay attention, or the fucking take it all. What I said. They killed Freddie at the body shop, 1 in the head. A week later, found Willie in the living room dead. What I said. After Mikey. He cut the eyes out her head. Everybody know Paul, don't know no Craig. Only my wife and my daughter ever sleep in my bed. I trust no one. Still had a homie that turned into a fed. This is how you do me. Drive through my city like a movie. You don't know me, you don't move me. They picked up Ryle in Harlem for a body and wound me. Shit, I started college. I'ma get up out of here soon, be. Pack up the family, find somewhere that suits me. It's fucked up, but I ain't about to stand here till somebody shoots me. Pissed. When I drop you off, you never see your father. Saw 48 hours of the week. It's not enough for us to speak. It's not enough for me to teach. I wanna hug you. You're out of reach. You're so far away. I just want you here with me. Just know this wasn't up to me.